Well, hello boys and girls. Hope you're well. Guess what? I'm going to be redressing some of the comments on the last video I had, and I'm in the right place for it. Now, there's an old saying, either take this shit or get off the pot. And that's roughly what trading's all about. You either take this shit or you get off. And it's that simple. But let's analyse the shit. You sit, you're comfortable. Well, I'm comfortable on this throne. I quite like it sitting in here. It's a nice peaceful bathroom. I've got my shower. I'm just back from holiday. And I can read the news. Utilise my time. Read the comments. Decide what I'm going to do with them. Address them or flush them. But if you have a shit, sometimes it's really relaxing. It's a bit of a weight off. And you feel so much better for it. For taking this shit. So where am I going with this? Let's go up in the office. And I'll tell you. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me and he loves you. Ooh. Oh, that was a big weight off. Definitely was. Let's get a weight off my mind. And why is that? Well, it's coffee with Scruff. And we all know Scruffy likes a coffee, so I'm going to have one. I need to actually. I drink a lot of coffee because, one, I've got a mild addiction to it. The other, I like it. But it also helps me in my trading. I tried to explain that in the video I did sort of this week. I'm just back from holiday. And one of the beauties of doing what I do for a living, I can do it wherever I want. And the video I did it in a cabin down in Cornwall. Had a wonderful time. Did a little bit of trading. And now I'm back, fully refreshed. I'm going away again in June. And if you watch the channel, you see I travel a lot. It's what trading does for me. It gives me the freedom to do what I want. But that also means everybody has freedom of choice. And some people like it, some people don't. And that's up to them. But sometimes you can say things that trigger people. I probably say things that trigger you lot. But my answer is very simple. Don't like it, don't watch it. You know, I can spot a mile away who's sort of down. Every video I get gets downvoted heavily. And it's not by people who want to learn, or it's not by people who are interested in trading. They're just people that are just stupid. That's my opinion. And opinions are like arseholes.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Everybody's got one. But you don't have to share it. And if you don't like it, fine. Now, I'm going to address something on the comments. Now, I like the comments, guys. Keep them coming. If I see something, I'll come to camera and I'll address it. Now, I do sort of Traders Clinic, Answers Hub. The guys ask me things all the time. Some of it's public, some of it's not. Now, the ones that's not is in the Discord. And I get people kicking off, it should be free. No, it shouldn't be free. If it's free, it's worth the sum total what you pay for it. Fuck all. Right? But the other is, it takes time to do these things. And I'm telling you straight, when you see like the amount of comments that's about to come in, they would never give you their time for free. I give you a lot for free. But when it goes right into it, it's not going to be free.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Let me kind of explain a little bit. I did this video here. And as you can see, I'm having a jolly old time. And I'm working while I'm on holiday. Would you give your holiday up to help somebody? Because I do. I work harder than anybody. Now we come down, a lot of the guys here from the group, they're very supportive and they're wonderful. And even when I come into this, which I find a bit odd, it was just one message after another. Astro Gumbo or whatever it's called. I'll give you a little salute. I've seen your comments many times and they're normally really good. I don't know whether you were just reading the stars wrong this day or you were answering for every symbol of the zodiac sign. But one thing that I picked out was Quite simple. This bit here. How can one possibly trade while being poor and working another job impossible? Well, I call bullshit on that. And that's why I was showing you it sitting on a toilet. Over this year, I have shown you you can trade round a job. And I'm going to tell you something. I have had some of the hardest times in my life. It's why I hate freeloaders. I've got no time for freeloaders. If you're struggling and you go and help me, of course I'll help you. But if it's just give, you can go fuck off. It's that simple. Because I've been on the bones of my arse, literally the bones of my arse. And I've looked at people who I've helped for years and years, and they quickly turn their back. They will only support you if they're getting something. So if you're a freeloader, switch off, fuck off to one of the other channels. I've got zero time for you. Period. Bye.
Oh, here we go.
No. When I had my factory, everybody laughed when I started it. You know. And when it collapsed, they laughed, said, oh, we knew it would fail. I had that for 17 years. 17. Had 19 staff at its height, and it was turning over 4 million a year. But when it collapsed, oh, we knew it would fail. Really? You waited 17 years for it to fail, just to go, oh, I told you so. Well, while you were saying, oh, I told you so, you did fuck all with your life. I had a great time with mine.
No way!
People thought I was wrote off. No, I had a skill set. So I rebuilt. And over the last 7 years, I've rebuilt my life. I don't live in the biggest house in the world, but it's mine. I own it. I don't drive a brand new car, but it's mine. I own it. And I've got money in the bank, which is mine. I earned it. I was never given it.
Are you serious?
I've never claimed a thing in my life. Not one benefit. I've got no time for benefit people either. And I'll tell you for why. I believe in the system. If you fall down, we pick you up. But if it's a life choice, fuck off. You're a scumbag and you're nothing short of a thief because you're stealing taxpayers' money. If you can work, you work. Trading is exactly the same. Nobody is going to do this for you. You have to do it yourself. You've got to put the time in. You've got to put the education in. And if you haven't got much money, you work round it. Now, I'm going to fire up an account. Black Bull account. We've all seen me build this. I've been trading it in front of you for the last 5 months. And I started it with 200 quid. 200. Right. There it is there. Okay. It's a Black Bull hedge account. I've been trading the morning surge between 7 and 8 on gold. And I built that to 1,255.78. This is the journal you've seen me build. Started 200 quid and I've just edged my way through it. Now, if you're on a basic wage and I was to continue this and match it to the end of the year, I might have £2,000 in this. Whoop-de-doo, I hear you say. Whoop-de-doo. Well, if you've got no money, but you start with 200 and you ended with 2,000, that's a colossal amount of money. If you're on 20 grand a year as a wage, bear in mind I spend less than 40 minutes on this a day. You've added 10% to your salary if I get this to 2 grand. At the moment, it's 5%. You're lucky if you get a 2% pay rise a year. This has done it for you. So what I'm going to do is, just to show that this isn't a flash in the pan. In fact, yeah, I am going to do this. I'm going to, just bear with me a second. Right, I'll just find out that trading account. So, this one. So, and I'm going to put it over into my swing trading wallet, which is here. There. And I'm going to take out 1,055.78. All right. Is that right? Oh, shit. Bit keen. Where was I at? Oh, I dropped an almighty arse on that one. Right, try that again. 1,055.78. Help if I put the decimal point in, boys and girls. Right. Submit. Bang. Right. At the end of the month, I take out amounts of money. Now, if I go in, there it is now. My trading account, that live account that I've just gone from, is now only 200 quid. And I've now got nearly $2,000 in my swing trade account that I put into my Vanguard. In fact, I'll show you the Vanguard as well. But let's just pull up that account again, just so you can see that it's come out. There it is there, same account. It's now down to 200. I'm going to start this again. So I've had my £1,000 out of this from 200. Now for some people, that's a month's wages. I have just given myself a month off trading a small amount of money. So yes, I worked for 5 months, but now I've got a month off. If I do another 5 months, I get another month off. That means I've only worked 10 months of the year. See where I'm going at with this. Now give me a second. I'm going to log into my Vanguard. Okay, just flick that over. Didn't want to show you my passwords, etc. for obvious reasons. This is where it goes. Now, a couple of years ago, you saw me start an account just like that with a couple of £100 and build up into something. Well, the profits was recycled into this.
I'd buy that for $1.
Nearly £83,000 later. £83,000. My money. Not given, earned. And here it is. Now what we're looking at here is a portfolio of long-term investment using small accounts, 1,000 here, 2,000 there. I don't need that money because I earn from my wage account. I put it in here as surplus and I forget about it and I just let it build up and it's growing substantially. Now what you'll see this weekend, you'll see there's a lot starting to move over into cash. I'm in the process of selling all of this all cap and I'm going to put it into this Life Strategy 60. Why? The markets are dangerously high and there's a correction due. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the money out of the all caps, put it into bonds and then continue to pay back into the all caps and let it build up. And if the market moves against me, fine, I'll dollar cost average in. And then when it comes back, I haven't had to lose any of this. And it means it'll build up, you know. And why? Because I want the performance to keep on moving up. I'm at all-time highs with it at the moment. And I've got a rate of return over the last year of 22.8%. There's not a bank in the land that'll give you that. So all I'm doing is I'm letting the money work for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild that Black Bull account just to show you that it's not a fluke. And I'm only going to do it with one trade a day, same as what I've been doing, and build it up. The difference is now, before I did it slow, I was on 20p because I was working on 10p per 100. I might actually leverage it up a little bit like what a prop fund is and actually have it as Scruffy's prop and earn the right to put extra money into it. I've done it before. You know, you get it at 300 quid, you can add £200 to it. Get it to 750, you can add a little bit extra to it if you want to do it that way. Or not take the profits out and just compound the profits all the way up. And we'll get it back to another 1,000. And we'll get it done by the end of this year.
Isn't that logical?
No, I did it last year. I was going to go to Las Vegas when I did the last one, but I didn't. I ended up spending a fortune on Winky because she was a bit down in the dumps. That's why I've had a few good holidays. And instead of having one holiday, I've had a few. You know, we were in Turkey 4 weeks ago. We've just done Cornwall. And I've just booked a cruise to go around Spain and France. And we go on the 22nd of June. But I'll still be working because I'll take the laptop with me. And why? Because I feel obligated to look after the guys. And if you look at the comments, he pulled me on saying I'll take 2 people on. Well, if you look at the costs, I make nothing from it. 0. But if I took a lot of people on, where's my time? I wouldn't have any. but I'd like to give value to somebody who wants it. Nothing wrong with that. And if you do think there's something wrong with that, then you have to ask yourself a very simple question. Would you do it? Because there's a very old saying, and a good friend of mine told me, and he's a great guy, old Fossil.
In the end, there can be only one.
He's got some wise heads on his shoulders, and to be honest, watching him grow over the last couple of years, it's been fantastic. It really has. And he has a vision, and he has a goal to drop hours from his job, replace it with trading, but more importantly, enjoy his life. Now that's who I tip my hat off to. I am more proud of somebody like that than somebody that says, give me.
Jump out the closet, chop your little head off.
It's very simple. So, lost my thread there. Fossil. And you're saying, that was it. It was your grandma's saying. I remembered what you said. It was wonderful. And it's so true. When you have nothing, let's share. But when you get something, it's mine. That's a freeloader mentality. You know, they're only in it for what they can get. You know, and sadly, that's the way the world is. You know, I watch it all the time, and you can see it in the social commentary. The landscape of the UK is changing dramatically, but the balances that pay for it can't keep up. So there has to be change. Now, trading is very similar in its landscape. Everybody thinks they should have it for free. But who's going to pay for it? They want prop firms to give you it for free. Why? They are the ones that have to put the infrastructure in. They are the ones who have to pay for the feeds. They are the ones who have to pay for the staff. Money don't grow on trees, guys. And if you think for a merry second, you're going to turn a couple £100 into life-changing money very quickly, you're wrong. You're going to take your time. So pull your head out your arse and start working. And work what you've got. If you've only got a small amount, build it up. I touched on my factory. I built that literally from nothing. Zero. You know, bought 500 quid's worth of goods. Sold them. Made some money. Bought some more. Sold it. Bought some more. And I built up a stock profile. Took me a couple of years to build up a decent amount. Then after that, it started feeding itself because it was building up and the stock naturally grew. You put a decade into that, it was doing very well. I didn't go into it thinking it was going to be quick money. I had a bank manager work for me, and I asked him once, why do businesses fail? And he says, 2 reasons. Over leverage and undercapitalization. They go in with too little money with a big expectation that the money can't fulfill. So they collapse. Or they have one good month and they rack up the debt like there's no tomorrow. Straight off buying or leasing a Range Rover. Going on fancy holidays. And then suddenly the chickens come home to roost because they can't afford to pay the debt because it's leveraged to bollocks. And it implodes. Simple as that. They're the 2 main reasons companies fail. You know, and once you get through that, well, then it can be, sometimes it gets too big. Mine did. My overheads were way beyond what the income was coming in. You know, taxation went up. They brought in pensions that had to be paid for. They increased the sort of living wage. When you're running on small profits, everything has to be paid for. And then electricity comes in. They whack the bills through the roof. Brexit came, made the banks nervous. All the banks pulled out overdrafts. Cash flow strangled. Can't pay your bill. You become insolvent. That's it. Now, if I put that across to what trading is, it's the same thing. You over leverage your account When that margin call comes in, you can't afford to pay it, they foreclose. It's all relevant. So how do you combat that? You either know what you're doing and you take a gamble, or you know what you're doing and you be conservative. Now, I traded that conservatively. This one will go somewhere in the middle. See if we can get it up a little bit quicker. But I'll show you it can be done. And if I fail, I fail. Fine, so what? Popped. It's just a learning exercise. But at least I put up with a shit. And that's the thing. Take your shit or get off the pot. But think about taking a shit for a minute. You're bursting for it, you're dying for it, you're easy. But you sit down, you're relaxed. You can read the paper, read Facebook, do whatever you want. Suddenly you get a big dump off, you feel, oh, that was lovely. Nice and relaxed. Sit here for a couple of minutes, pondering life. Clean yourself up. Go about your day. So sometimes just because something says it's shit doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. What happens if I kept all that shit in? You would be bad, you'd be ill. It's horrible having constipation. So just flush it out.
You know, if I was as worried as you, I'd never fart for fear of shitting myself.
Scruffy's strange way of looking at things is normal. But enjoy your day. And I cherish your thoughts. I genuinely do. And these are not witch hunts or anything. They're just really picking up on what people say. You know, because sometimes I think they say it and they don't actually understand what it is they're talking about. You know, trading is a business, period. And if you want to build a business, you either have to start with a lot of money or build the money. And if you haven't got the money, just build it. And if you're trading 10p a point, don't be ashamed. I have more time for somebody that trades 10p a point and does the work than somebody that comes in going, I've got a 40 grand account. So you had a good job and you had money to burn. Doesn't mean you can do the job. But the guy on 10p can. Just so happens he didn't have the break to get the money. But I would trust him with my trade. Or her. Or it. Or whatever. I'm too old for all this fucking woke shit. Boy or girl, that's it. You're a boy, girl, or somewhere in the middle. What a fucking day. I'm gone all day. Fuck it. Right. I'm back, bitches.
Daddy's home.
I've done a lot on YouTube recently, but never know. I might start again. You tell me. Do you want them? Do you like them? I do this for hobby, nothing more. I enjoy doing it. And the moment that the enjoyment's not there, I don't do it. Now, I didn't have much joy running up to Christmas. In fact, I had a horrendous time running up to Christmas. And for a little bit at the beginning of the year, I had a horrendous time. So I stepped back. But I'm still here. And why? Because my income source comes from the charts. As always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.